Hey, I'm your girl Fast Pitch, and this is TNHS Radio. So whether you're in Denver or Denmark, on South Beach or in the south of France, keep us locked, because we are global, baby. It's the next hot single radio.
So special.
Hello, you have arrived at Valet service. I'm your girl Fast Pitch, your mental concierge of podcasts. And we're going to talk about society, sex, and common sense. So sit back and let me park you right where you need to be. What's up? It's your girl Fast Pitch. You are tuned in to another session of Valet service on the Next Hot Single Radio. What's going on, Fast Pitchers? So as you know, I am back from I was in Baltimore. Back from Baltimore and went down to Louisville, if you're from Kentucky, Louisville, if you're not, down there for the NFAC formation. We may be able to get into that a little bit tonight. But tonight, y'all, look, we're going to talk about something I think is going to be valuable for everybody that's in the listening audience for real and in the watching audience. Hey, Ann, what's up, Carmel? So you know how like doing COVID or Corona or whatever you want to call it, and everything got shut down and everybody was running around trying to figure out the next way to get money, figure out their new hustle, figure out a new career, reinvent yourself, whatever it is that you was trying to do. People's trying to figure it out because it got real serious. People's money got slowed up. Things came to a grinding halt, and people kind of really didn't know what direction to go into. So the guest that I have tonight, I don't even know, because the way the show is captioned from Feds to Forbes, it's a literal thing, but I don't want it to sound crazy like that. But truly, this is a person who, I'm gonna say he's lived a lot of lives. You see what I'm saying? And if anybody can kind of give a note and a clue on how to reinvent yourself, how to come up out of difficult and compromising circumstances and truly turn lemons into lemonade or into Ciroc lemon or whatever the hell you want to turn it into, I think we should listen. Because, I heard this story and I'm like, what? You gotta be kidding me. Because I didn't believe it. I read about it. I knew about it from like, back in the day. I remember hearing it because a lot of times, like, New York stuff, we hear New York stuff. It's like, that's New York stuff. Right? So we don't really think about it like, whatever. But I do remember hearing about it because of the names, the nicknames, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was like some movie shit. Like, Face and Curly Top. And like, what was these bros? Like, what is they doing? So
Bugsy,
yeah. So I'm listening. I'm trying to get the story. I'm listening to this brother. I'm like, man, we got to talk about this. So I can't, I'm a great storyteller, but I ain't this good. So I'm going to have to turn this show over. And the show is called From the Feds to Forbes. Now, if you want to get a blueprint, I'm telling you, I ain't trying to say go to the Fed. I ain't trying to say get yourself involved. But I'm trying to say if you want to, turn some shit around for yourself. If you find yourself in a little difficult, compromising situation and you're trying to figure out how in the world can I turn this around? How can I take what's happened to me, not only learn from it, grow from it, and then prosper from it, right?
No doubt.
So Black is going to tell us how to do that. And first, he's going to tell us a little bit about how he went from that point to this point, from Federal to Forbes. You feel me? How you doing, sir?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for having me first and foremost.
Thank you for being able to sketch us in into your busy schedule.
Yeah, no doubt, no
I know
doubt.
you here and there and doing this and that, but I really felt like your story was really one of inspiration. And right now, where we're all striving to do better and be better, I think that people can really learn from what you have to say. So, without further ado,
Mhm.
I'm going to turn it over to you and just ask you a simple question. How in the hell did you go from like playing ball
Yeah.
and doing all that and being that person, to having a federal number, to Forbes hollering at you like, what is y'all over there doing?
Oh man, it's whoo. I don't even know where to start for real, but basically my life was good. Came up like any other kid. It's either you had a wicked jump shot or you slinging crack rock.
Right.
Me on the flip side, I chose to go wrong.
You chose to go wrong.
Yeah, I chose to go wrong accidentally.
So it was nothing like you had to,
No,
family
no, it's not like none
circumstances.
of that. I would be a
Mm-hmm.
liar here to be saying that.
Right.
Of course we all came from the struggle,
Yeah.
but my success ain't really built on by myself. Is a couple of us. Before I get into that with them or my co-defendants, just my childhood friends that propelled me to take basketball to another level.
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance to go overseas, went to college, played ball, had a couple tryouts, then I tore my rotator cuff and, like anybody else, what you was. Like before that, in between that, during the summers, I did my little dirt that mama never
Right.
knew about, and I
Right.
kept that away from her because I was never the type to be doing the embarrassment for my mama,
Right. Right.
Now, moving forward on that note, what led me to, going the wrong route, you know, one thing led from to one thing to another, where in terms of like basketball came to a halt.
Okay.
And it just so happened my old man, God bless the dead on him, he was sick and he was up in Cleveland.
Okay.
So, at that time, I think I was coming back from Argentina. Either Poland
From
or
basketball?
Poland or Argentina. And I had one more tryout with the Jazz and the Cavs. So I chose to go with the Cavs because obviously my old man is up there and I ain't seen him in God knows how long,
Right.
like a good 10 years, And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and go see my old man. So my mama forced me to go there. She's like, go see your father. But
Right.
like any typical woman and mother do, she wanted to be nosy. You know what I mean? Wanted to know, go see what
What
he's
you
doing.
mean typical? Okay,
You know,
we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah,
go
we'll
ahead.
talk about that later. Typical woman nosiness. So go find out what your father doing. So long story short, I took the tryout with the Cavs instead of the Jazz. So
Okay.
I got up there. That went good. I thought I was gonna get signed with them, but never did. I ended up with the practice squad, but I was still rehabbing my shoulder.
Okay. Yeah.
But I lied to them back then. So much things that you could have did back then.
Yeah.
Now you can't. You got to pass these physicals,
Right.
But I lied to them. I got shot up with Novocaine, all that Thursday, whatever that stuff that they shoot you up with, the ease the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever case may have you, the trial ended with Earl Boykins. He was like a hometown favorite at that time. He's from Cleveland. His father was like a big police chief. But, he made the NBA.
Yeah.
He stayed in the league for like 10, 15 years. He like 5'5". He was with Denver, with Allen Iverson, playing with all of them. So long story short, to wrap that up, they gave us like, for the practice squad back then, it was like 70, 80,000, some chump change type thing.
For real?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But, if you made the 10-day practice squad, they assign you for the year.
Okay.
So that individual workout that I had with him, my last one, he beat me to the punch. I beat up Andre Miller, but he taught me a whole new ass, as they say. So I can commend him that. Yeah,
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I took that money. I was chilling. I was home for a little bit, but my old man was sick, and I was dealing with him. And then, like, my father was really overseeing my grandfather because he was on his way out the door. He was about to pass. So, everybody got a drunk uncle, relative.
Yeah.
They come to the funeral, and, my cousin, my oldest cousin, he's like, yeah, nephew, that's I'm still his nephew, but he my cousin.
The
yeah,
voice
nephew,
stuff
yeah.
with that voice?
Yeah, voice. Yeah,
Okay.
nephew, I know you got a little plug up in New York, man. Let your nephew, let your uncle get a little something. So it one thing led to another. I went home, I ran into Bugs and Curly and them, and they were like, "Yo, what's up with ball? What's up?" I'm like, "Man, I'm done with it," And it, believe it or not, it dragged for a minute before I got involved with it.
Okay, because you really, really wasn't on it. You
I
wasn't
wasn't
hurting
on
for
it.
money. You
Yeah,
wasn't.
I'm like, I ain't need nothing. I was good. I was
Okay.
financially straight. I ain't need to go that route.
Right.
So what propelled it to go is like my cousin kept nagging me, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I mean? I want to find out what their number was. Obviously,
Right.
I still played around because I knew about it when I was running around selling crack and
Right,
shit.
right.
Thought I was doing something big, but I really wasn't until I jumped to the boy, aka Heron, whatever they call
Dog,
it, dope,
puppy.
whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever case may have you, they told me what their numbers was going for at that time. Back then was like $75 a gram or something. Back home we was getting it for like 30.
You talking about in Cleveland? That's what they
Yeah,
was.
in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I was already mathematician, so I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's a crazy flip. That's 40 bands, my
Right.
man. I'm getting that all day. So my Code D, I'm like, yo, Bugs, look, you got this. Let me get that on the arm. So I kind of like stole something from him, because like I'm his little brother, so to speak.
Right.
And I was like, what they say, if anybody, all my friends and peers, I was the one to make it out.
Okay.
And one of my
that's why they was pushing you with the ball and all that.
like, nah, we gonna let Black, he gonna take us to the mountaintop.
Right,
You know what I mean? So my man James, he's the best that ever did it. Like he never went to jail. Like out of all of us, he the only one that did it. He got a house on the hills on Long Island. He living good.
Yeah.
He chilling. So but he really, really, showed me that drive and hustle how to do it. And when I saw that, and I just took bits and pieces, just like how Hove did Emory, DeHaven, and all of me in Klein, he did the same thing. And I looked at that as a way of like, wow, you know what? I got something I think that's going to blow up. And when I looked at the bigger picture during that time, Cleveland was an entrepreneur for Blacks. We talking my daughter was born, my oldest child was born in 96. So 9-7, that's when I was really up there between 9-6 and 9-7. So when I got up there and I saw what it was this entrepreneurship. So like I looked at the bigger picture, like I can invest my money into these little bars and do whatever I needed to do. But I said, that ain't no money for me because, coming from New York, our money is not to say it's better than worse than our money, but our money is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, look, all right, well, I'm in a city and state that, $1,000 go a long way in 9-6 in Cleveland. That's like 10 bands a week. So I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? Let me go holler at Bugs and them, and then we see what these numbers at, and we can give it to me. So he gave me 3 on the arm, and I stole 4. So but I gave him his money back. That's the good part about it. So
before he found out,
way before he found out. And I told him after I got it, because when I brought the bag back to him, he was like, "Oh, what? It's going like that?" I said, "But I got a little secret I got to tell you. I took 4 extras." He said, "Well, nigga, I knew you took something." You know what I mean? So I said, "All right, cool." So, and it just propelled from there, and I just started putting pieces together. I believed in, if I come in your town and I'm bringing something to the table that's beneficial for both parties, I'm gonna let you get more money than I am, because this is your city. I need you to show me how this works. You get where I'm coming from? Because you know all the ins and outs.
Right.
And by my cousin being a cousin who he is, he knew everybody in the city. I can live and die with him, because like my mama's always say, she'll say, I'd rather dance with the devil I know than the one I don't know, because I know where it's coming from. I can find you. You accessible. I can grab you. I can't grab the motherfucker I just met.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
So with that being said, I just grabbed my cousin and was like, yo, look, listen, I'm gonna start you off with one joint. I'm gonna see what I need. Give me 65. Y'all paying Detroit dudes was selling it for 75. I said, I need 65.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. And I became my own distribution, so to speak. You feel me? Like, I flew underneath the radar so long. You got to mind you, like, nobody get runs like I had a run. I went from end of 9-6 to 99 till they got me. And I got caught on a humble.
Yeah, so how did you get caught? I mean, because everybody was connected. Everybody was childhood sandbox. Knew what happened.
I bought a friend, like we all do. I bought a friend from home, out of town, and he's sleeping with one of the heavyweight dudes out there, wife.
Oh,
But little do we know, we don't know that she want to get. I mean, the dude was abusive. He was
yeah.
beating
So
on
she
her.
trying to get away from
She
him.
was trying to get away
Okay.
from him. And how it came about, we had a bar that I was co-owned with my uncle and aunt down there. It was a shootout that came about, and that person shot that person. That person shot that person. Nobody got killed, thank God. But that's when, quote unquote, they took a picture at us. And at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you getting too much money. It's success gonna take a shot at you.
Yeah.
You feel me? Bottom line. And one thing led to another, and as it was going on, and this was like the end of this is like end of 98 going into 99. Right. But I didn't know nothing about it. Like, I'm home doing what I'm doing. I'm going to the Little Kim concert. And sure enough, I got pulled over in a what they call that, like a checkpoint. We had, this what police did.
OVI checkpoint.
Yeah,
DUI.
checkpoint. Make sure you ain't, got no warrants, felony, what. And they're like, yo, you got a U.S. Marshal warrant. I said, what? I said, you got the wrong person. You know what I mean? Because I'm from the old school, possession 9/10 of the law. You get caught with it, dead to right, that's yours. You got to eat that, hold your weight. And when they said that, I thought I could swoop. I was really through that checkpoint. That's the crazy part about it. And then the other officer was like, nah, pull over. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? You know what I'm saying? So, and when he ran, and I looked so young back then.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? So they like, oh, nah, this got to be a mistake. So I try to rock them to sleep. Look, I play ball. Here's my drum. And
Yeah. They weren't going.
And they wasn't going for. But it so had the case being heavy. My luck, somebody I grew up with was police.
Oh,
he like, nah, that's my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he played ball. So they had me sitting in the car, and he brought back. He like, nah, he was just gonna run your license, make sure it's good. So I'm thinking, my license is good.
Right,
so I got an out of town license. I never had a New York license. My father made me get an Ohio license. Boy, you can't be up here messing with these crackers up here.
Right.
You going to jail.
Right.
Get your
New
ID.
York license. Right.
So I knew nothing come back to me on New York because I wasn't doing nothing. And then he's like, nah, you got a warrant, bro. I'm like, what? For what? He like, yo, look, let me just bring you to the station myself and check it out. And one thing led to another. They extradited me back to Cleveland, and it was murder she wrote. That was all she wrote from there.
So what did they charge? What was the official charge?
Well, the official charge we had, it was all of us stemming together from Curly Top, me, Face, and Bug. It stemmed with a 848 drug kingpin charge, but
okay.
Bugs and them was already getting indicted.
Okay.
What made my case come into with them, and I took the weight for him so he couldn't have that life sentence. Look, I made it seem like, yo, I took the work from him.
Yeah, okay.
And I was doing, I'm the ringleader behind. I had no felonies. Okay. So I know it's nothing you could dig in my background. So that's first time offenders. And at that time, that was under the old law before they revised the new federal law and guidelines. So I knew that because my lawyer told me, like, look, your ace in the hole is yourself. You ain't got no felonies. So if you take the weight for your code D, and which that's like my big brother. Right. So I'm like, they can take a global plea. So the judge put like 150 years on the table for all four of us, and like all five of us, and said y'all divided. But the good thing about me, I had to take the school zone beef and I had to be on parole for 10 years strong.
Damn.
So when I came home in 05, I was on that though 2010 to 10.
To 10.
Yeah, and when I caught the 15, but the violation, I'm like, yo, look, man, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get off this. It was mandatory 5 because of the school zone, and then I had additional 5 just for the case. So, but if you do 5 good, they can consider you getting your early release termination. And then I did another favor and aiding and abetting for somebody else. I ain't even get no money out of it. I just hooked you up for you to hump on this thing.
Just a liaison.
Right, and I get caught up in something.
You know what I mean?
So that was just it was just the wake up call from that point on. And then from that point, it all led. But it was so much that was going on, not just with the drug game. I was taking that money and flipping it. I had a dealership I was opening down there. In Cleveland. And I was doing a lot of I had a club with the boy Wish from Bones, Thugs, and Harmony down Wishbone. In the flat, Wishbone. Actually, I talked to him about maybe like 4 or 5 months ago because my other man that's from Cleveland that I was, hitting off to, that's his cousin. And I went to go visit them. So, I got a chance to meet up with him. But, I was partners with him with his club down in the flats down in Cleveland.
So you already knew it was a means to an end.
Oh,
You
of
never,
course.
it was never like a
Without a shadow
whole
of a doubt.
lifestyle for you.
Nah, never. I never look. Even though with Bugsy and Curly Top and them, like it was a big thing for them because they on the block doing what they doing. I felt like, yo, how I look like shooting at my childhood friend. I came out the sandbox.
Yeah.
We talking about, yo, this is my block. We don't play no taxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, how we gonna
Right.
say that's our block?
Right.
And I looked at it, yo, I'm getting 43,000 money. Y'all bundling it up, sleeving it up, doing what y'all got to do just to get 50, 60,000 a day.
Right.
You know, and we did that. Don't get me wrong. You know, people glorify that. I don't see that as growth because I knew that.
You don't think 50,000 is a day is
no, because you know, when they put your numbers in the papers and say, yo, they doing 50, 60,000 a day, you're not doing that type of number. You're really doing more than that. But they calculate who you selling out to, how you got it. And
they try to average it up.
They averaging it up. You know, they don't know the correct number. That's the number they have to bump up though to get that indictment. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just one thing. Like I said, you know, I looked at it the bigger picture. Like, yo, we ain't gonna do this because one of our good friends. I mean, matter of fact, Bugsy got shot. Matter of fact, dealing with a friend of ours, and it was over a girl. You know, like it's crazy. Like
it happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
A lot more than people think.
That was the melting pot for me. That was the eye awakener. You know, I woke up and I said, yo, you know what? I see where this is going. And good thing about me, I was out of town. So when I was trying to grab him to come with me, and when he finally bought into what I was pitching, it was too late. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got caught first.
Did you?
Yeah, but it was the warrant was out for all of us. They
just caught you first.
They just caught me first, and I got caught on humble, but they wanted me back in Ohio because the kid that I was dealing with, he got caught up and he just put the people on me. So, but the crazy part about that, the good thing, and it's a great thing that happened for me, that they kept that with me and they separated me from it. They're like, okay, all he is a mule. He bringing it back and forth. Because that's what the kid from Cleveland was telling him. He was like, oh, you know what? Now, Black is the supply. He supplying the town. You know, but little do they know, like I was just only had my only little 6-7 people I was dealing with, and I was cool with. You know, I was dealing with Charles Oakley, younger brother. You know, we was doing a couple things. He had a car wash on the east side of Cleveland. You know, when I won't say him, but his people. You know what I mean? He didn't really do shit, but you know, his people's was. And you know, one hand wash the other. You know, I'm a new face in town. They know what it was. And you know, back then it wasn't like it is now. You know, you could be from Atlanta, Tennessee, Kentucky. We all dress the same, look the same. You know an out of towner when you see one.
Right.
You know, we drive different cars than they was. They riding around the Monte Carlos. I'm riding around the Range Rovers and Lexus GSs and stuff like that. Yeah. So I had to tone that down a little bit, so to speak. You get what I mean?
Yeah. And when it wrong.
Right. And I had to fall into them. I went and bought, no, not even bottom line. I went and took my father's little hoopty he had in the backyard, my grandfather's crib. It was a Skylark, a Buick Skylark. I rode around in that. The only time I really rode my machine like that was, you know, going back home.
Just to meld in, because you had to meld in.
Yeah, you had to meld in.
So do you think because you already had that perspective, like this is just a means to an end, then that helped you in the way you did your time? Like, because we were talking before, and you were saying like when you got caught and what you had going on with your house and all that. I'm thinking like, man, I'd have been sorry as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was something, man. Like with the house situation, like I was telling you earlier, like I had just built that. You know, one of my childhood friends, I raised him. You know, he's the face of Ball Maine. You know, his name is Rashawn Peen. You know, you can Google him. You know, he's the head man for Ball Maine. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. And I had him on the road with me, you know, and I knew it was too much for him. So I sent him back. And with the crazy part about it, he was like, he the one kind of like, and he younger than me. I brought him out the house. Yeah. And he was like, yo, you know, you got to start cleaning this stuff up. You know, like I said, you know, we, at that time, he in school down in Maryland. I got him driving my cars down in Maryland, going to college, you know, and I didn't want him to get caught up in what I had going because he had nothing to do with that. Right. You know, and like I said, my mother and his mother, they went to church together. So, you know, we can't play that. It's too close to home. Right. So that was the big thing then, you know, and I bought him that. The funny thing about it, he made me see the bigger picture of cleaning it up. So when the house came about, and I was building it and all like that. Like I said, they ran down on my grandfather crib. It was just like the movie Part and Belly when,
Yeah.
Bunzy walking, driving up, and I had that car. I had that CLK. That's what's so crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I dipped and turned and, moved the next route. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I call him. He down in school. I'm like, yo, son, they out here. He like, why you calling me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
That's
I
a
ain't
wrong
mad at him.
move.
That's my little man. But, I ain't mad at him for that. But, that's
Dang.
how it went. And, I wasn't even mad at that because imagine if I put in like another 100 bands and furniture, TVs and all like that. That would have crushed me.
So you can't miss what you
I
never
can't
had,
miss.
really.
I never had. I ain't even get a chance. And I really was getting that house for, my mother and bringing her down, and stuff like that. My sisters, they all in Atlanta. They was doing them. She didn't want to go to Atlanta with them.
Mhm.
And like a lot of older folk that leave the South, when they go north, they come from that Jim Crow era and all like that. They don't want to be part of that no more because they went through that slavery. They seen their grandfathers getting hung and all that like that.
Yeah.
So I understood where my mother was coming from with that. You know what I mean?
Dang. So how did that whole thing impact your family? Because I know you mentioned before to me that you tried to do everything that you could to keep it away from your family, as opposed to other people who family was bought in, or maybe that's where they learned whatever from the family. So how did that impact once your family found out, like, dang, this is what he out here doing?
Nah, believe it or not, till this day, well, my mother know now, but back then I kept it so much away from it. And I got to give my old man that credit too, because he like, no, it's just a little something he got in with his friends. My mother don't know nothing about the prison system. Yeah, she don't know nothing about the prison system. So that was like the good part of that. You know what I mean? So we kind of downplayed that all the way. All the way
with the news coverage and
with the news coverage and all that. She like, is this you and Tyrone doing this? I said, Ma, don't read the papers. Don't read the news. They lying. They don't know what they talking about. You know what I mean? I'm in Cleveland. I ain't got nothing to do with that in New York. She said, but they saying your name. People saying you did this. Ma, why are you listening to that? I'm telling you. So that was like the beauty of it all. Like, stop reading all that. You know what I mean? And the good thing about me, I did little mischief shit like as a kid. So like, I had a situation from a childhood where like I was telling you, like, I'm home, come from ball. I just came back from Poland, Dad. I came back from that. My man Jamel, he had a stolen car in it. We had a notorious car crash. You know what I mean? That was in the paper. My coach, I was in college. No, I'm lying. No, I was in college at that. I was at Maryland U at the time, and I had to transfer behind that. You get what I'm saying? Go to Cali, but it was a beautiful thing. I went out to Cali. I started life all over school, and I was right on the right path. And like I said, I got hurt and that shit happened. And when my mother found out all about that, my father like downplayed it all the way down to a science. And then my sister, her little telling ass, no, I'm telling you, this is what he did, this and this and that. Me and my sister, we love each other from a distance, but she want my mother's attention, like that. Right. And my father gave her everything.
She told on you.
Yeah.
The real shit.
Yeah, she told her now. You always backing him. You think he's a sweetheart and this and that. Because I always did for my mom. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So that was that. It was kind of funny to that point because I just kept it away from her until like when I came home. It was like a sign of relief, and
you knew you was gonna turn around and do something else.
Right. And like, for what it was worth, I was never family orientated. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like I got a cousin, like he's the director for the FDA. Oh, okay. But this sneaky little nigga, he did a lot of shit too. He just never got caught. Mm-hmm. But, with that being said, I'm proud of him. Like if anybody should be jealous, I should be jealous, right. But like I envy him with love because like, damn, I can brag about my cousin, mm-hmm. He did it, mm-hmm. He did everything underneath the sun and then some shit, but mm-hmm. he never got caught. So that's the beauty. Kudos to him. You know what I mean?
So you brag about that because he didn't get caught, or because because you successful in your own right. So
I am. I'm happy. Don't get it twisted. Like I redirected my whole life and did it the right way. And I use my degree like it's supposed to, for leverage. No matter if you got a felony, the degree don't matter no more. I got a bachelor's, that still don't matter. I can have a master's, that still don't matter. Once you're a federal felon, it's not a difference. It's like if you catch a steak beef, they give you a shot. But when when you're a federal, no, they say no, nigga, you somebody. We gotta hold you.
So what would you say to people? I mean, because I'm sure it wasn't just easy for you to just come out and decide like, oh, I'm about to start doing this. Oh, I'm just gonna change my whole life around. You got all of this baggage behind you. Like, what was the first step that you had to make? Was it a mental step
No,
that you
not at
had to
all.
make?
I
Was
was
it a
prepared.
real physical step?
No, I was prepared from the day that they caught me. I knew that the show was over.
Okay.
Because I forewarned my codees and let them know if they got me, they come to get you niggas. They was off the chain. They was shooting at each other every day doing wild type shit. So at the end of the day, with them, I knew that show was over. I knew it was gonna come because anybody from Boy George to Calvin Klein, everybody I knew from Brooklyn, God bless that Danny Diamonds. If he didn't die, they was gonna come get him. Stan Burrell, he from Marcy, he in the can for life. Lou Hobbs, that's Mike Tyson, man. Uncle Lou, I was locked up with him. It all these dudes that was before me that did it on a whole nother higher level. They wish they can give that back.
Yeah.
So like I'm the voice for them because like you see my phone ring, everybody call me from jail, yo, Black, send me something.
Right.
Even when I was in Canada, I'm taking care of everybody. But I guess that's my
your role.
That's my role to do.
Yeah.
And I just saw it as, yo, look, listen, let me prepare myself now. Because you got to put your pride to the side. I left my pride in the penitentiary when they got me. That was 99. And I knew from moving forward from then, I had leverage. Like I said, I'm educated enough to know that this is what it was worth. Now I'm going to use this because I already took that risk. So if I can put my life on the line, going up Route 80, up and down, back and forth, left, right for 36 months, no issues, no nothing, you do the math.
Right.
And like I say, Bugsy giving me these joints at the time, he giving me like 10, 20 on the arm, and I'm coming back every week and bringing his bread.
Right.
So, you calculate that. I ain't got to calculate that, and, when it's said and done, when the next time around we meet up again, I'm going to bring him and he going to tell you this side of the story. You know what I mean?
His side.
Right. And he going to tell you how critical was from his standpoint,
Because, I'm sure if you were the person who they were pushing to not be in that life because of your talents and you was already, in college doing your thing with ball, like, I know it probably, even though you was, bringing in money and all of that, I know it probably was a conflict within him. Like, dang.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was hurt.
Yeah.
He was hurt and crushed about what it was because he felt like, yo, damn, I damaged your life. I said, nah, no, you didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still good. I got us. Don't worry about this. I said, because I already know what it is. Now, not to take away enough from my father. My father had more pull than what I ever thought he was. He was. I found that he was a Mason when I got locked up. I'm like, word, nigga, you ain't tell me that.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna get you this get out of jail free card. You gonna do some time, but you ain't gonna do that much time. I said, nah, I can't lead him for that. You know what I'm saying? But he helped them too. Because they all looking at elbows. We all looking, but that's my pop. So, he look at it like, yo, tell me what it is so we can move forward. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, Dad, look, that's my fault. I took that from him and I came down here and did that. You know what I mean? And, like, it's not like you on Rikers Island, I can physically touch you. You in the county in the federal joint down in Cuyahoga, downtown Cleveland, it's a glass, it's a wall between. So I'm talking like I'm talking to you now. Yeah. And we on the phone like this. He like, I can't believe this, like you did this. Why you doing all this stuff? You ain't need to have to do this. I'm like, Dad, look, listen, you could tell me this and you can get on me when I get out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, how we gonna do that? He like, well, where this money at? So I had to tell him, like, my mother didn't even know I had like 150 in her crib. That was just strictly for emergency. You know what I mean? And not even for no bail money because I relocated my whole life to Cleveland. Like, I was going back and forth for like a year back home, going from Baltimore to Cleveland to New York. That was my triangle. I was going there, and I made Cleveland my home because it was too overwhelming for me to keep doing those. So I was recruiting little girls, like in my age bracket at that time, 22, 23. Right.
Yeah, corrected, because, we in the
we don't want to do those R. Kelly. Yeah. So, I'm saying that now because I'm an old timer now, right? So, at the end, I got girls like my age, 22, 23, even 18, 19, 20, whatever the case may have you. I'm giving them like 2 bands to take that trip. You know what I mean? So it's like that was cool for them to get that money because you got to spend money to make money. That's just common sense. And you got to spread it around too. So I looked at the bigger picture. Like, again, like my wholesale move was more than their street move.
Okay.
You know, it's like no harm, no foul type of thing.
So would you say you have to be a strategist? Like if you're a person that's
Yeah, you got
really
to be
trying to
strategic.
turn a corner, like I'm trying to take myself from this point way over here to this point,
No doubt.
you got to have a strategy.
Yeah, I mean it's chess, not checkers. You know, you gotta play chess. You know, I had to be 30 steps ahead of them, and like
Yeah.
you know, with that, when I got pulled over, I used my basketball, you know, resume and
Credentials and
accolades,
stuff.
credentials
Yeah.
and stuff like that as my way of getting out. And I always traveled by myself. I never had an entourage. Even to this day, I don't do the entourage thing. You know,
Right.
so it's like what you don't see, you can't tell on. And you know, whoever with me, you can't tell on yourself. You feel me? So at the end of the day, that's how I moved. And I mean, I was blessed. Like everything that happened to me was just blessed. It
I
was
mean, I
not
guess
really,
you said you got into it because you wanted to. It's
yeah,
not like you was forced to. So I guess you got to kind of take it a certain way. You
I
can't really
had
be
to.
mad like
Not one
when
bit.
you know you put yourself in it.
Of course. Like I don't understand the youth now. Like they run around like the game has changed now. Like these dudes is running around robbing each other for cell phone. I'm just gonna talk about my city, you know,
Right.
this stupidness that they doing. And when Bloomberg and Giuliani made that, he put all them cameras. They got a station. If you don't know, I can tell you like the station is just sitting up on. It can see on a 5 mile radius. Like it can zero in on you, you know.
Yeah.
And like it was none of that back in our day,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
that's the good thing about us why we ran for so long. So these dudes now that's doing these little cases and catches, they going to jail broke. They got no bail money. They can't got no lawyer money. Lawyers, that was big time lawyers doing legal aid because they locked up all the real dudes who had money.
Yeah, he said they doing legal.
They
aid.
are doing legal aid.
Yeah.
You know, it's
They PDs.
they
now.
PDs now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Dang. Well, I mean, you know what? I guess that's true. So, dang. That's kind of that is true. I know a couple of lawyers
Yeah,
here in the
they
city.
PDs.
I ain't gonna
Like
call
yo,
no
you
names.
just a man. Yesterday, what happened?
Yeah, all the big clients is gone. The big
Yeah.
fish is gone.
And that's just like the one lady, what's her name? I call her LeBron James. What is it?
Oh,
The lady they say she killed herself, but you know they killed her. What's
What you
you know the
talking
white woman, the lawyer down here. Oh, you know what I'm
Uh,
talking about, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You call her LeBron James.
I call her LeBron James. She got everybody that catch a case down here. They
Yeah.
going to see her. So you know her peers got her up out of here. That's just
Yeah.
common sense. This
Yeah.
one white woman getting all these black brothers off down here.
I can't think of her name.
Yeah, I can't think of her name either, but you know,
She was a goat.
oh, she was the GOAT. Greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
So you gotta have a plan. You gotta strategize.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be honest with yourself.
By all
I mean,
means.
first and foremost, I think that's probably number one. You gotta be honest with yourself.
3 million%.
Because if you're not honest, if you blaming other people for your circumstances and some so and so told on you or so and so caught you up, at the end of the day, you was in it because whatever, you was in it.
That's the life.
And most people have every opportunity to get out of it before the hammer come down, but we just choose not to.
we choose not. That
right?
that lifestyle is hard to shake
Yeah.
when you're moving at a certain rate.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, you know, my father, a fisherman sees a fisherman from afar. My father wasn't stupid. He knew I was doing something, but I kept all that from them. Like I never had to work in my grandfather's crib. I had a corner store that a dude, his people, them Arab, his people's from New York too.
Right.
And he had the same car I had. So, you know, a fisherman sees a fisherman from afar. So he was like, oh, no, nigga, you ain't from here. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah. And then I was paying him to keep the work
Right.
in the fridge. You know what I mean? So, like, it's something to talk about.
You gotta have a plan.
You gotta have a plan. You know?
Okay, so you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta strategize.
No question.
You have to have a plan. And then voila, you on Forbes. I mean, nah, I can't. You gotta be more than that.
Yeah.
You gotta take risks.
You gotta take risks. You gotta be a risk taker. You know?
Even after you done took so many risks and it's landed you in the feds, you got this number now, you got this now, you got a felony now, you got
Right.
all of this against you. You still saying you gotta take risks.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take a risk at anything that you do. You know, like if you want to be successful in life, you got to be a go-getter. Everybody ain't meant to be at the top. That's why the triangle is pointy at the top. You got all these people at the bottom, but at the top, there's only one person get there. Mount Everest, the pyramids, all that is a point. You know what I mean? Only one person, two people can get up there. You know, it's like, I'm going to take Emery, for example. I was locked up with Emery, you know, and the crazy part about with him, you know, he knew that he couldn't go back to doing what he wanted to do. He said, yeah, my man is there.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I'm coming from? Yeah, he did that. You know, but I'm not going to make the same mistake that D made and Klein made.
Yeah.
You get what I'm coming from? Like, I'm not gonna get in the argument with him. I need him. Like, he told me straight up and down, like, yo, once I go, he didn't even know that Hov was gonna write that letter for him for the judge to get the knock off some of the time. And you know Hov threw a
Yeah.
bag or two.
Right.
So at the end of the day, he like, yo, Black, this is it for me, my man. I'm getting out. I ain't come back no Maryland, no New York. I'm going straight out there. Yo, he don't gotta give me no money. Yo, all I need is just the opportunity. He had ideas. And then like in the Feds, you meet a lot of great men. You know what I mean? And you gotta surround yourself with dudes that know money. You know, you can't be running around with dudes that don't know what the value of a dollar is. Because 99% of these dudes that's got elbows on them, they rather be free walking that earth instead of being rich in jail. I'd rather be broke and free and then rich in jail.
Yeah, because you know you can always get.
You can always get $1. Once you got one, you can always get. The same rules apply. You know, all the energy that we put into doing something illegal, you know, you could put that energy into being legal without a shadow of a doubt, you know. But, you know, fast money always going to make it look like it's harder, but it's really easier if you just know how to play your role. Everybody can't be the man. You know, somebody got to be a worker. You know, all you niggas in here running around in jail, like, ain't none of y'all, nobody was getting high. Everybody was a kingpin. Like, come on, sit down. You know what I mean? Like, stop it.
So, dang.
You know, from a federal standpoint, from a felon standpoint, we, like us federal dudes, we know when it comes to the store, you're going to shop $320 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, you know, other people, you know, got other people shopping for them, this and this and this and that, right? You know the scenario.
Yeah.
We wait for store day to see who gonna come with that net bag struggling. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, son got that. And then you got dudes that work for Unicorn, they know they gotta keep that little money because you got a lot of dudes that really got no real family. You know, and like the blessing part about that, when I got to getting into that game, I knew that when they came for me, I had to have that money when I get back home.
There you go.
And whatever the case may have, me being in there, you know. I was just carefree spirited. Anybody that was locked up with me, they know I walked around with a smile every day. You know?
Why? Because you had a plan.
Because I had a plan.
You had a plan.
Yeah, I knew that my plan moving forward what it was. And it's just so funny. A childhood friend, too, that's in the car business, my man Kevin Weeks, he's the finance director for Honda in New York City, right? For the dude, John Rosati. That's who owned Burger Fry down here.
Oh, okay, Burger
Fry.
Fry.
Yeah,
on the banks.
Right, on the bank. So long story short, Kev, you know, when I got home, no, before I even got home, Rosati, one of his friends, was locked up with me. One of them Italians was locked up with me. And Dom, we got to talking because, you know, we around what you in here for. You show him your paperwork. He showed his paperwork. And one thing led to another. Where you from? Brooklyn? I'm a Brooklyn. Like, where you from? Boom. I told him where I'm from. Oh, yeah, you know, my man owned this. I said, wait a minute, my man work over there. He like, well, you know, Kevin? Like, I grew up with him. Went to middle school, junior high school with him, and high school with him. That's my man.
Small world.
Small world. So moving forward, whatever case may have you, one thing led to another, and me and Dom just started walking the yard. Like, you know, like I think I had him out like maybe a year left. You know what I mean? We just really politicked, and he showed me, you know, this is what we do, how we hide this and how we do that. I'm like, well, look, man, you forgot I'm dark skinned. You still light as shade. It don't work the same, right? It don't work the same, bro. You got to show me to do this the right way. Right. You know, he said, well, look, listen, you need to get home. If you want to do something, open up your leasing company. You know what I mean? And, you know, you can get ahead and get your own money and you ain't got to work for nobody. They got to pay you. You know, and then he showed me how to break down how they, you know, they're giving you, you know, your MSRP, they got to give you in between the number. They got to give it to you for invoice, stuff like that. Okay. And he broke down those numbers. And, you know, like I said, you know, I'm a mathematician with this. And, you know, if you slow, you blow, you fast, you pass. You know what I mean? And I was quick to the punch. You know, it was another dude in there that was with me. I forgot his name, but he knew him and they chopped it up. But come to find out, I never knew about dude and I never paid him no mind. He was from Philly somewhere. Come to find out, he was fraudulent. You know what I mean? So he wasn't like he wasn't who he said he was. Okay. Yeah. So with the being with that. So that's how me and him came together. And he went home before me. I got home. I kind of took my money and sat back. You know, I got it from my mama's house because she never knew. You know, and it was still there. It was still there, you know, and I took that $150,000 and I ain't looked back. Okay. You know what I mean?
And so was the name? So tell the people who don't know the name of the auto leasing and financing company.
It's called PTG 365.
What's the PTG stand for?
Prices are too good. It's
365
all day long. You can come get a car from us.
That's some New York shit for real.
Yeah. I mean, yo, look, listen. I gotta give my little cousin something. I gotta give him. Basically, I gotta talk about him.
Yeah.
So because he the face of my company, and like I said, Dominic said, yo, you gotta find a softer side. And he was really, really. I was kind of bent out of shape, so to speak, when he said
when
that.
he said it.
He said, I'm like, softer side. What are you talking about? But that's that type of talk. You know what I mean? So when he said that, I said, all right, so you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that self-aside. And my little cousin, he was adamant of trying to be in the car business, and all I knew about that because, the embezzlement with the $8 million they wrapped us up with, and they said we did this and did that. 80% of it was true. Other 20% was fabrication, but, that's, thank you, Federal. You know what I mean? You make us look good, you know. But Brandon really, really wanted to be bigger than the stars. And I saw it. And, when you already touch success and you know what success is like, it's nothing for you to put your people on.
Yeah.
They got to be on the same accord as you and have the same bigger vision. And like I said, this Instagram thing came so popular and he was so like a genius to this.
He was already on it right away.
He was on it. Like, I can't take nothing from my little cousin. This little boy is the real deal when it comes to marketing. I know it from a marketing standpoint for as, street level wise, even business wise, because I know what they allow us to do and what they allow. And y'all know what I mean. They allow us to do. So I said, yo, you can't do this way. Because I'm telling you, it's not going to fly that way. They not going to let no little 25-year-old at the time. No, I'm lying. He was 21. 21-year-old run around here bigger than dude John Rosati is in the Forbes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't be bigger than the mob, nigga. You bugging. I'm like, yo, look, this is how we going to go about it. We going to build I got the street dudes that I know who still got a bag on them. They doing they 1-2s. They'll cop some cars. And we'll build that. And we got out, me and him went out and got on our grind. And when I got home, I put my money back into a dealership. And because that's what I wanted to do. I was always into cars and watches. So that propelled to go from that. And Brandon was working. I had him he was at Honda. And then I got him over the Long Island City. And then he just took off from there. He took off from there. And then when he was working from the man, I'm like, yo, look, you have to learn this first. Because if you don't know this finance first, then you ain't gonna know nothing else.
Yeah.
So, by him going down he's like, yo, man, I'm going down to school to get my finance degree and all like that in Arizona. So I paid for that and did that. And he came on back and it just blew from there. Like,
that's how you build generational wealth.
That's how you build generational wealth, and like I said, he like, yo, let me turn this over. Let me get this. I'm on, he loved to say, you made it a hot record, but I made it a hot song. That's his favorite quote to me. That's his thing to throw it in my face. I said, all right, well, you know what? I believe in you, what's in it for me? Like, you want me to turn over all these connects that I got from the West Side Highway all the way to, all in New York City. Yo, this ain't for free. Business is business. Cousin, no cousin. I don't care what you're saying. You gonna pay me or I'm beating you the fuck up. One or the other. Well, how we gonna do this? He like, all right, dude, let me drive the bus. I got you. I know what I'm doing. They love me.
Gotcha.
So I rode with him, see how it was, and look, the boy got a following out his ass.
It's Brandon Mefford, right?
Yeah, Brandon Mefford. That's his name.
Yeah, PTG 365. Check it out on Insta. Y'all can Google. I mean, I checked the receipts. I know.
So we big, and then he went and got his little friends, and they put it together because the youth spend more,
right? Yeah, they do.
And my group, I drive a machine. Obviously, you see me in a couple joints. So at the end of the day. With that being said, it's like, I knew what the pitch was. I'm like, he don't care about no car. Yeah. He care now though, but he didn't care when he first started. I'm like, yo, if you driving the same thing, me and you right now, we got 2 7s or S-Class. That's something for me and you. She can buy that too. You get what I'm saying? But no, you need to get this Lambo. Yo, you need to get this McLaren. Like I showed you on Instagram, I gave them. Yeah. Dave, you need to get this Aston Martin. So, we got all this together. You have to drive something that nobody else can touch. They can't be accessible to that. So
Right.
if you're trying to say that you the car king now, Black, you washed up, sit down, be a chairman now. You know what I mean? Sit back and let me pay you every month. Yo, let
Yeah.
us do this. Okay, but this is what y'all need to do because you can't run around selling a car that somebody can drive. You got to drive something that nobody can't drive.
Yeah.
So, once I put them in the swing of making seeing that picture.
Yeah. So the
it
whole
worked
thing
out.
with PTG 365 is the exclusivity of
Yes.
it all.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
So you're gonna deliver a product that everybody ain't just gonna be able to get.
Yeah,
Like, you ain't about to see 3 or 4 of these riding around in the
Nah,
city. Like that.
no, hell no. That's like, we got all these rap. Gucci, man, we gave to him and his girl. Obviously, you see
Oh,
T.I.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Tiny. We
Yeah, I
just
saw
gave
that
them.
on there.
My man Mano, he it was funny. I was on the phone with him the other morning. We going back and forth with each other. His brother is about to come home now too. Big shout out to Mouse. We was locked up together. And Mano getting the GT from us. So, the support is there,
Yeah.
but it had to branch and come, And at the end of the day, you could sell to older folk, but it has to be believable.
Right.
Instagram is a lie, but you can make that lie the truth if you
Right.
produce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you produce what you believe in and what you got, they gonna follow. You can't stop the sun from shining. You get what I'm coming from? If it's for you, it's gonna be for you. That's like with what's my man Damon what's the FUBU dude? Damon John, whatever his name is, something like that.
Damon John. Is that his name?
It's something like that. I forgot.
yeah,
for
I know
you
you're
by
talking-
you, the brown
Yeah.
skin dude. He tried to make LL buy into FUBU all the way when they first did it. LL did it, but he just like, yo, let me get my cut. I'll dance and sing for you a little bit because I'm a pretty nigga, and that was it. But he went to Puff and they made that Sean John, man,
Yeah.
and dude ain't never looked back. You get what I mean? So just gotta have somebody to believe in you, you
Right.
know, and that's how it took.
And you was humble enough to recognize that, just to let your nephew
Yeah, do
ahead
him.
and take
yeah.
it to the next level.
Yeah, take
Some
it to-
people, I think that's what holds them back too. They don't ever want to get off the damn stage.
No,
You
you
know what
got to
I'm
get
saying?
off the
Exit
stage.
left right
yes,
now.
please.
Your time is done. It's
Oh
over
man,
with.
I'm quoting him all day. Black, please sit your old ass down. Please let me do this. So I love it because I used to do that to my
Right.
older kids. You get what I'm coming from?
Right.
Yo, listen, man, Kay, go sit down somewhere, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny now that that tables turn, and like I saw it from afar with him,
Yeah.
and I knew his hunger and his desire. And you gotta have a team, no matter who you are. Michael couldn't do it without Scotty. I can't do it without Brandon. Brandon can't do it without me. You gotta have something. You know.
Yeah.
And what it all started out for me, I was really doing exotic rentals.
Okay.
How that propelled out. I started from a long time. Like I said, I took that money from it, and I started doing that venture. I was big in the club. Like I opened up a club called Nocturnal in Flatbush with my man Sam, and my one of my other dudes, my man Bull. He was a part of that. What I mean, he introduced us, and we took it from there. My man Drama was bodyguarding Ice-T at the time,
Okay.
and that really broke the ice.
Well, cars and clubs go together.
Yeah, cars and clubs go together, and
So-
I knew that, and women
Yeah.
come along with it.
Right.
So
of course.
if I got the women there, the money there.
Right.
So I always was my thing to cater to the ladies,
Mhm.
pretty ladies like yourself. So it's like that's how I was coming at it with, and I never looked at nothing bigger than if I ain't got this person on that stage. So I don't need to be on the stage. I've been there. I know what it costs. It cost me my life, 6 years of my life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, yo, nah, I'm cool. I don't
Cool
need
with
that
the
fame
stage.
no more. I like
Yeah.
the cash. You can have the fame. You could be a star. But it's all about connecting, putting the right pieces to the puzzle. Paying as you weigh, because ain't nobody giving you nothing free out here. And for what it's worth, we did something that nobody else could do. You know what I mean?
Black history.
Like history.
I heard. I read was $1 million profit in the first year?
Yeah,
Like that?
like 3 mil.
3 million.
3 mil
See?
first year.
Listen.
Yeah, I mean, like paperwork wise, that was right. That's what it was, and but before we came to that global status, I told Brandon, I'm like, yo, Brandon, listen to me. No matter what you do, you can get. He like, yo, we in the magazine. I got this person going. What's some hood magazines? I forgot what them Source magazines and all that. I don't care about none of that. I'm a white American. I'm a Republican. I ain't with all that other stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't want to hear about none of that hood politics until you touch Forbes, homie. That's when you come holler at me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, look, listen, we need to get and get a publicist and get this going. And I'm gonna tell you, get that. Then we're gonna chase the DuPont registry.
There you go.
These are the things he knew nothing about. He like, yo, what's that? I said, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You too young to know that. You talking about you want to be that, but you got to get in the line to get down with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he got that ability because he want to take it there.
Yeah.
So I signed on with him like, yo, listen, I'm going to sign on with you for 3 years. I ain't holding you back after 3. You got the right to do what you want to do. It's your show. I'm done. You know what I mean? Just send me my money every month and we cool. I'm underneath the table and
Where
I'm out.
Where y'all at in a 3 year?
Next year make it 3 officially, and I'm off the calendar. He can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
He can't wait. But
I'm
but real talk, he sees the picture. He's doing motivational speaking now.
Yeah.
He's branching out. Dave, he's our African sensation, I call him.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking it to a global wave now, going back home to Africa, Nigeria and everything like that, and Senegal, and taking it on that level. Because I said, you got somebody global. I had this one little kid named Danny, a little Italian kid that worked with Brandon at Long Island City Hyundai. And I wanted him because he's the whitest shade, lightest shade. And I said, I know what corporate America like. Mm-hmm. And I know what they're going to buy into. Mm-hmm. But, he's doing good. Nothing to take nothing from Danny. He's married. He's working for he's in the auto business. He's a finance manager. But we'd have been we'd have been on Oprah right now. You know what I'm saying? Talking to her with that, because I know what they looking for. Yeah. They only going to let you go so far, but you can still make it.
But you on the way.
We on the way. I look.
You more than on the way.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
So I'm cool. Patience is a virtue.
I think that might be the biggest lesson. Like, listen, because we're gonna have to have you back, of course.
Of course.
We're gonna have to have, because there's some other stuff that I'm privy to that y'all not privy to. Y'all didn't get to hear.
Yeah. No question. Yeah.
But the thing is, I think the last statement that you made really is the thing. Rome wasn't built in a day. So people get very frustrated, especially, speaking to people who are ex-felons or coming home from prison, whether it's state or federal, or you're just going through whatever that's going to put you in like a pitfall. Like you was at this level and something happened and now you right here. And you got to kind of dig your way out. And then what you say, you got to humble yourself.
Yes.
You can't be too proud to accept help. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When it's there, you got to realize when it's time for you to exit the stage and like take on another role. Like you was the man in the 90s or whatever, in the 2000s. Yeah, and here we are in 2021, damn near. Right. That's probably your grandkids or something right now. That's the man, right?
That's what it is. So, like I'm on residual time. You know, like I did all my scores.
Exactly. And you have to be able to be comfortable enough to do that. So listen to this, like, because it's a lot of people that's going through that and they really have no idea how in the world am I going to take what I've gone through and some type of way make this work for me right now. I might have lost 10 years, 6 years, 5 years, whatever it is, but you can't wallow in that. You have to really figure it out, strategize, stay humble, accept help, and realize that Rome was not built in a day.
Definitely not.
Right? You think that's at least some of the blueprints, a starting point.
Nah, it is. You just got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. Like if you believe in yourself, you can't fail yourself. Like the valuable lesson that I learned is gamble on yourself. You know what it is. If you shoot right here, right, and you fall rock bottom, everybody know that you messed up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if you shoot to the stars and you fail yourself midway, people still like, yo, every time I see this dude, he's still winning. Mm-hmm. But you know that you took a step back.
Right.
Your pockets might not be on 100,000 a month type, and it might be on like 20 grand. Mm-hmm. But in the light of you thinking, yo, I'm hurting. But in man, nigga, what? If I had 20 grand right now, you know what I'd be doing? Because that's how short-minded people think. You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta aspire greater.
You gotta, the biggest page I took out of Puff book was like the image. You have to put yourself above the clouds. Kudos to him. Like, he made every one of these dudes from Jay-Z to Dame Dash, they all follow suit behind him. Mm-hmm. And he took that image and made it for what it's worth. Like, during the 90s, people don't know, like Puff didn't have liquid cash. You know, he using Clive Davis money and he made it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He faked it till he made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's sad that we lost a soldier and Big and Pac, but you know what
Right.
as far as him, he saw something that other people was seeing now. And he did
Right.
this in 9-5. You know?
Visionary.
Yeah, visionary. He was a visionary, you know what I mean? He was definitely a trendsetter, never trend sweater. You know, he set that stage. He raised that bar. He made people believe in seeing you can make it if you push yourself. You know, his business is in the street, but he wasn't in the street, you know? And that was one of the biggest the biggest thing I took out a book out of his page, a page out of his book, and I added it to myself, and I said, you know what? Look, listen, I'm gonna do it this way because now I know what it's hitting for because I already fell. I've been to the mountaintop. I know what Martin Luther King means. I've been to the mountaintop. You know, there's nothing you can do for me. I seen it all, been it all, did it all. Now I'm back at rock bottom. You know, I'm coming in. Like the good thing about that, where I felt where I was winning at, is that if I didn't have that money that I put up, that 150 grand, I put that first 150 that I made for myself, and I left that in my mama's basement. If I didn't have that to come home to, I don't know where I would have been. Maybe I'd have been doing a 9-to-5 working or something like that. I don't know. But I just knew that money was home. So I already knew in back of my mind, that's 150 bands, no matter how you count it. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's cold, hard cash that I got. And I'm going to make that work. You know what I'm saying? And I put it in investing. I took 40,000 and put it in the club. You know, that went on for 4 years. TD Bank came and bought us out for a great number.
Big bank,
you know,
little bank.
Little bank, big bank, you know, and that was like my turning point. Then, you know, I went back into what I love. Like I said, you know, I'm big on cars and watches. You know, I'm not wearing no Hercs around my neck and none of that like that. I ain't doing none of that. I've been there, that was the era of Big Daddy Kane.
You're gonna like that one dude too if you do that at this point.
Yeah,
you don't want to look like that dude.
Please.
Dude with the Bluetooth in his ear, in the club and stuff.
Right, yeah. You know, I don't want to look like that.
You
know,
Bluetooth dude.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
Man. Well, look, now we done discussed a few key points. I mean, and this is not even for people that just coming out, and this is for people that are trying to get out of anything, any so-called rut that you find yourself in, or any way that you feel like you need to, I need to turn this whole situation around. Like whatever I've been doing, scrap that, do it differently.
Right.
Don't be afraid to take risks. Make sure you have a strategy and a plan. Involve other people that can help. Don't be so haughty that you can't accept help and that you can't accept advice and criticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to deal with a whole lot of criticism because you know the word no. We hear that word no a lot. You know, and I'll tell people the word no is new opportunity.
There you go.
You know, I don't know what the word no mean. Yeah. You know, that's not for me, and I'm not gonna ever let it be for me. I'm gonna always. If that door is closed, I know how to get around the next door.
Yeah.
You know, because what
more than one door.
Yeah, it's multiple doors. You know, people just don't like hearing the word no. I don't know what that word is. No, like I'm handicapped to that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that is. And if you got a crew that y'all believe in, and they follow the same pattern, that's what it is. Like he took a bit of me and made him. Like I took a bit of Bugs and made me. Right. You know, it's a chain of command, and. That's what
greater
it was.
Later.
It's greater later. Yeah.
That is really the greater later philosophy. Well, so y'all done heard it like from Blacken and came and opened up about his life and what he done went through.
Yeah, no question. A little bit. It's a mystery. Everybody want to know how I did it. So I finally gave my life to the public.
Drugs. Like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Not like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I had to feed my family. You know, my mom's was up. No,
I'm not giving that sob story. No, you getting the real story. No, I didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I didn't have it. Fell in my lap. So I'm telling you, like, that was not even my thing to do. Like, you know, if it wasn't for my cousin from Cleveland, I would have never jumped on it. And then it's like, I know you doing it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Bugs, let me get that, son. I'm like, this is with the number. Yo, this is the number out of here. And he is on Brooklyn time, like nigga. This Brooklyn, you know, he like Ace from AZ from Harlem, B. I ain't going nowhere. You know, that's how Bugsy was. This Brooklyn, man, I ain't going nowhere, B. They love me here. So I'm like, yo, man, whatever. So I took that and I went and, you know, I just propelled, you know.
We can't even say the rest is history because it's still being made. We don't know because you about to enter into a whole nother chapter now.
Yeah, we got the documentary. My other co-D, he got violated and did some boneness and, you know, that kind of stopped it. But, you know, God willing, he be home in a hot little minute, you know, so I can finish that off. Because I was really waiting for Bugs to get home. You know, him and Curly
Yeah.
Top. Curly Top is in VA. He chilling, and I was waiting for him to get home. Now I had Bugs home, so it was like, that was the piece, you know.
Yeah.
Like F. Gary Gray was putting it together for me when I
Oh,
met up
okay.
with, yeah, I met up with him, and I was so happened at the All-Star game in Vegas in '07. That's when I ran into everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And at that time, I'm up because the club is running. I'm going crazy. I'm thinking I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this money is free money. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went. And you know, when you got that money, you got that S on your chest when you already had that money. So I got legal money now. Like I ain't touching no drug money. I'm doing my 1-2s. I'm mingling with this person, that person. So I'm like, yo, damn, like this is, yo, I can't believe God got me going like this.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. So I'm like, yo, let me get this money so I can give my man some money when he get home. So, you know, he's straight. You know what I'm saying? He don't need nothing. He on some lazy shit right now. But, you know, but
chilling.
hey, he chilling, you know.
Well, we gonna be.
But I'm going to get him to come down here. You best to believe that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got to
come
bring him
to
down.
TNHS Valet Service. We got to, because we got to put faces with names.
Of course,
You see
without
what
a shadow
I'm
of a doubt.
saying?
Yeah, I can't just take the accolades for all this. I'm not taking no credit for all that. If it wasn't, yo, truth be told, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of dudes that come on your segment or go on other radio shows and say, yo, I had this going on. Had 150 bricks over here, 2 million over there. You know, but you can't make the store.
Right.
Come on, my man. Stop it, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just the stories that we hear. But I love those guys. I used to bid off that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, if it wasn't for Tyrone Bugsy Bowman, if it wasn't for him, Black wouldn't have been who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never been where I'm at on that level. You know what I mean? Any other level, yeah, you could. I was gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? It was set in stone for me to make it.
Took you to that.
You know, because I always pushed myself to be the best. I never took myself to be average. You know, like my man Deron, who taught me how to play ball, he was like God to me. This, you know, like, yo, this dude doing things with the ball like I ain't never seen before. And I was a football playing dude, you know what I'm saying? So when I learned how to do that, it was like natural. Like I didn't have to work for it. So I kind of somewhat took advantage of that gift that God gave me. You know, and what if it was too easy for me, so to speak? I never pushed myself. You know, that was my downfall for that. But like anything that was a obstacle, I want to try it. I want to be better than you to do it. Not to say
that was a draw right there.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like I don't feel that you don't deserve it. No, I just want to see if I can do it. It had nothing to do with you personally. You get what I'm coming from? So I just want to make sure that I can push myself to do it. And then once I seen I can take that 20 and make that a buck, I'm like, oh my man, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
This man got into drug dealing because he wanted to push himself.
Yeah. Can you believe that? I wanted to challenge myself. That's crazy. But that's what I was doing. Like, if I had my man Charlie from Baltimore up here, or my man Maul from Baltimore, those dudes, you know, they know me. Like, these are my friends, like college friends, but they know who I am because I was with them. You know what I mean? And they all successful. You know, they did things in the street, and you know, they got real estate property managements. Jamal got a property management. Bugs got a what do you got? He do the group home thing, something like that with the kids. He got that going on. They all successful, and he's a capper. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, you know, and I was part of that Omega Psi Phi thing until my chapter got caught in college. You know what I'm saying? And then that was the end of us. You know, yeah, I went whole nother thing right there. So you know, I'm blessed to say, you know, I experienced more than what I expected.
Okay.
You feel
no
me?
regrets?
Not one regret in the world. Because if we live off regrets, right? How we gonna focus on building our future?
Yeah.
You know, like me and you could take a loss like now. I don't even know you, but I'm gonna embrace you. Like, yo, you took a loss with this, yo, son. Fuck that. Don't worry about that, my man. Let's focus on this. We'll get back to this. We already know we failed on this, so let's try this now and see how that's gonna work. Because we can take that money and transfer. That's called floating the money. And I had to learn that, and I learned that from college 101 business. You know, I got a degree in business management and a minor in corporate law. So I didn't want to just dribble a ball. I want to, you know, be my own agent. I ain't let nobody jerk me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not with that. You know, so that's what I looked at. You know, like if whatever is bad for you is great for us. Not great for me, it's great for us. Because like you said earlier, you know, you have to have somebody. You can't be scared to ask for help. You can't be scared to dig ahead and take yourself to another notch. You know, if you strive to be the best and you fall, you meet yourself midway. But if you only strive midway and you fall,
Hitting the bottom.
You hitting the bottom. You know how hard it gets? Because this internet and all that Instagram, that took over. It's not like in the days when we didn't have social media. You know, we can hide and we can be. I won't even see you. You know, if we, you know, if it wasn't for social media, I think that you up. You could pop right back up on, look good, like yo. Oh man, you know, I was chilling, man. I'm over here in Costa Rica. You say some shit like that.
Right.
But now, you know, I know where you at, son. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Change the game for sure.
Yeah, you changed the game for sure. And you know, women the same scenario too. You know, it's a girl that I know that lived that life too, and she home now too, and she doing a lot. Her name is Jamila T. Davis. You know,
Oh yeah, Jamila.
yeah. So you know,
I love her.
Right, yeah, and I know her personally too, and. Like I got another dude, my man Don Quan. You know, he got he's the credit card king. You know what I'm saying? You could pull him. His name is Quan Miller. You could pull him up. You know, he doing a segment, a book, and a movie about himself now. He did it big too. You know what I mean? Like no other. He got a boutique called the Bar Boutique. He doing this thing. So you know, like your peers, we all do all the energy we put into doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can do the right thing, you know, like it is what it is. You know, if you can get ahead and focus on this with so much energy, matters if you put it to something legitimate.
Yes.
And it might come slower, but yo, you sleep at night. It's a peace of mind. You sleep at night. I ain't got to look over my shoulder, fam. You feel me? That's the type of business that we own.
And you investing in yourself.
And you invest in yourself. Yeah. You know, only you know what your worth is. You know, how you look like. I don't see how people can even and feel like they working, but I understand that everybody's not meant to be the man. I understand that. Right. You get what I'm coming from? And some people meant to be workers. But don't get mad at me, homie. Like I'm doing better than you. Like it's not about a competitional thing. This is my lane. This is what I'm doing. Exactly. I make it look good, but boy, I get up and get to it. You know what I'm saying? I had sleepless nights, girl. Sure. You know what I mean? Now I'm, you know, on some retirement. I got my little cousin doing everything now, and I'm falling back.
Fall back.
Now I'm finding something. I'm in my third life. I'm so to speak. I'm calling it my third life because I'm challenging. I got to find something to keep me going. Okay, that bag is good now. I know that bag is a residual. I'm straight. I ain't even got to work no more. But nah, I can't live off that just now because I'm taking care of 5 homes. You get what I'm coming from? Literally, like, so you know, family. You still got to do something.
But you have the freedom to do what you want to do.
Bottom line.
Not doing something just because you have to. You know, a lot of us, I mean, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. Right, you know what I'm saying? We got families to feed. We got bills to pay. We got to survive. And so we might do other things to get that pleasure out of life. So it's really a blessing when you're able to really sit down and say, I'm going to make money off of what I want to do.
That's the bottom line.
Right? So for people who are out there who are facing a situation where you can't really depend on nobody to give you a job or to give you an opportunity because maybe your past is going to prevent them from doing so, even if they wanted to. You have to create your own path. And the best scenario is to find something that you're passionate about doing because you're going to be good at it.
Right.
Because you like it.
No question.
And just go from there. Right. And just, you know, like you said, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not going to be overnight. You can't get envious and jealous of other people who seem to be catapulting past you or whatever. You got to stay in your lane, drive your car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And you're going to make it. So we're going to have this brother back. We're about to get out of here on valet service. We have to take this car and park it somewhere else.
No
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's going to come back to TNHS Radio. We got to finish the saga.
Yes,
because it is a saga before the documentary people, y'all off on the red carpet or whatever. You remember, he was here first.
Right,
before y'all see him all off on, you know, whatever, the Netflix documentary special and original we got that going.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you know, we got this Snapchat show called Driven.
Okay.
You know, that show that gives us a deeper look into like the auto industry or what it is. So, you know, the next time I'm on your show, we can get touch bases from that moving forward.
Get the people the social so they can know how to get in touch with PTG 365.
You know, just hit up PTG365.com. You know, you can hit us on the Instagram, PTG365 on our Instagram. You hit us up. DM us. You can hit Brandon Method, on his Instagram. Mine is Get More Money. So yeah, we got a lot going on. But me, I keep away from it. I let it go with the company,
Right.
But long story short, but that's how you can really basically get in touch with us. We global now, we on the Forbes media. And again, like, we're doing the second season of Driven.
Okay.
I'm this season. I'm most likely gonna be in it. The first season, that was just a touch of how we getting on it.
Okay.
And Brandon, he want me to come more so be out on this one now because it gives the world a little bit, like he like to say, the big homie. That's like a gift and a curse. I hate that. Believe it or not.
Big homie.
No, seriously, I really do.
Better Unc.
I like the Unc part.
You like Unc better?
I do. You know what? Y'all made me like that. Let me tell you why. I know what that Unc means, like a drunken crackhead. But but I love it. You know what I mean? Reason why? Because it's like an under the radar, like you retire, you chill.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That big homie is like, I'm still in the mix. No, I'm not in the mix.
You gotta respect when you an uncle, auntie.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little respect on your name.
Yeah, respect on your name. Your Unc, man. I need your assistance. You know what I mean? I like that. You know what I mean? So that big homie thing is like, yo, big homie here. You gotta cater to me like I'm, running around like a blood or a grip or something.
Like you still in
Yeah, I'm in a gang affiliation. So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be a part of that.
Dang, man. I can't believe. Hey, it just seemed like yesterday somebody else was the OGs and the aunties and the aunts.
Yes.
I'm the auntie.
Yeah,
I'm
no
auntie. But hey, what's up, auntie? Nigga, you 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Now I'm auntie though. Okay.
See, like he ain't get that stage yet. He's still young. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Compliments
to like
to him.
35. You about like 30.
Compliments to him.
Oh, I just look young.
He old as hell.
Okay,
He
good.
Old as hell.
All right, so good. That's a beautiful. Hey, that's a compliment.
I would say this: we all around in the same era.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
you know what I'm
good.
saying? We all. That's why everybody was shaking their head like, yeah, I remember '96.
No question. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you look good.
Yeah, and I went
12.
champ.
Yeah, no question. Hey, look, I understand. I'm still thinking about some of my homies now. That's coming home. That I looked up to him, and I was like, wow, damn, he finally touching down. This dude been going since '97. You know what I mean? Like, how can you answer for him? You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody wants you to be the savior, but you can't take everybody on that ride.
No.
It's not for everybody. I can pitch this all day and how we did it, and it's harder than what it looked like.
Yeah.
Believe me, that boy, he focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to tell him to, leave that party scene a lot. You can't be accessible. You got to leave, get that. You did that already. If they could touch you, you're a nobody.
So you telling him basically be like the cars.
Yeah. You got to,
Exotic and out the way.
Out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be accessible to all of this. Everybody calling your name. You can't be at two places at one time, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So listen, y'all. Listen. Y'all had to get, besides going to the feds, it's other ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to get this money, for sure.
To get the money, but it's still the blueprint is the same. I mean, everybody successful will tell you got to take risks, you got to believe in yourself, you got to invest in yourself. You have to surround yourself with good people, people that's smarter than you. You can't be the smartest person in the room.
If you're the smartest nigga in the room, you're the dumbest.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean.
Who listening to you? You listen to yourself.
There you go. Right.
You know?
So you there's ways to do it. So don't get discouraged out there. If you in that situation, you trying to figure it out. This brother gave you some clues. We tried to chop it up to try to help everybody navigate through this crazy world because we all trying to strive to do better.
Yeah,
That's
no
what we
question,
do.
no question.
That's what we do.
You can't, as they say, you can't travel that road alone. I can lead you to the well, but you got to drink it.
Right.
But my business ain't good if you not a part of it. If I can't make you stronger, because I know this in and out, you got to teach. You know what I mean? That's why, encyclopedias is history,
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I
what
tried
you're
to
doing.
do. Yeah, I'm trying to do.
This is history still in the making because we're not done.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get back. When your people get back and y'all can get back here, make sure you check back down at Valet Service and we're gonna continue this saga because there's some other stories that y'all got to hear.
At 50, my feet ain't touching the concrete no more. You know what I mean? It's over.
You say no more.
No more. It's over. Yeah, it's over. I ain't, no more phones, no more nothing.
We gonna see.
No, I'm telling you, there's gonna be the snapshots and pictures. You know what I mean? That's
that's gonna
tell the story. I'm writing my own story now.
Picture worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, pictures are worth 1,000 words. I don't have to communicate no more. Like Because I'm on my own lane. I don't have to. When you get older, and y'all, like we said, we all in the same age bracket. When you get older, if you set it up right, you're going to lose some good friends along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody's not on the same page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It is true. It's just
That's
a cycle of life.
It's nothing personal. It's a cycle of life.
Yeah.
You know, some gonna come with you, some with you, some ain't with. Nah, I ain't with that. Then don't get mad because I jumped over the fence faster than you did. You know what I mean? You said you was cool, so how you mad at me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how you go around hating a nigga you don't even know? That's the killer part. Those are the ones I don't understand. Like yo, but you know.
That's what people do.
Yeah, that's what
we try to strive not to.
Yeah, we try to strive not to.
And I think, like you said, if you spend more time investing in yourself and trying to exert that same energy into your stuff as you are into hating on somebody else and what they got going on,
right,
or trying to figure out how they got it going on, your stuff could pop just like that too.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
So we're gonna leave you with that word. I'm your girl, Fast Pitch, Black.
No doubt. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. You make sure you come back.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Next time around, bringing the team with me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this gonna be a big set.
Go on the rooftop for that one.
Yeah, you want to be outside.
Rooftop for that one.
No question.
That's gonna be too much. All right, y'all. Better sign out. TNHS Radio. I'm your girl, Fast Pitch. Valet service. Peace.